Rev, I know you are between tragic events today. We're so grateful to have you for a few moments. First, tell us how the family is doing.
Well, obviously, this is a very trying day. We are literally in the car headed to the cemetery, and they wanted the world to know that they want to see real change. The George Floyd's family is here with us, and the mother of Philando Castile, the family of Oscar Grant, so many families that understand this pain. And we want to turn this pain into some real change, some real effort to reform policing. And it's not a partisan issue. It's an issue of what policing ought to be. I said in the eulogy, Nicole, that this is the first time we saw policemen get on the stand and testify against a fellow officer. So if policemen have began to break down the blue wall of silence, it's time for us to really use this moment to deal with federal legislation on policing like the generation before me dealt with the Jim Crow laws state by state. They made it federal law with the Civil Rights Act of '64 when I was just a little boy. We need to have federal law so we don't have to go state by state dealing with police conduct.
None of these reforms will bring back George Floyd or Daunte Wright. And I wonder where that strength to sort of champion for future change comes from these families.
I think that nothing will bring their loved one back and nothing will fill a hole in their heart. But I think the only thing that could give them some strength is the hope that they can use the memory of their loved ones to stop other George Floyds from happening and other Daunte Wrights from happening. And then they feel that they did not suffer and die in vain. And that is why I think that they've been committed. Most of those parents that have now worked with National Action Network and I, who I'm here in the capacity of president of, is most of those that turned into activists and are still with us. 7 years ago, Eric Garner lost his life. His mother's been on the vanguard ever since, Trayvon Martin's mother. So many of the mothers, the mother of Philando Castile's here today. All of these that are here have turned into activists, and I think they find their strength in saying, if I'm active, I can help another family not have to go through what I went through.
Rev, this week you've been in Minneapolis with the family of George Floyd. You're now at the funeral there for Daunte Wright. So I know you're not sort of in your capacity either for MSNBC or working the phones on legislation. But I wonder if this moment feels different on the legislative and policy front.
I do. Both senators from the state of Minnesota was here. I talked throughout the week with various senators like Senator Booker. And today, Mark Morial was here, the president of the National Urban League. I called for in the eulogy the president, who has met with us when he was president-elect virtually, to have a White House meeting with leaders of civil rights organizations that he committed to on that, to talk about this legislation, and the Attorney General. It's time in the middle of all of this. We're dealing with a police case in Columbus, Ohio, seeing what the facts are there. We're dealing with a shooting in North Carolina. We're dealing with the killing here, Daunte, while the jury was getting ready to go out on George Floyd. With all of this together, it creates a national crisis that needs to be addressed at this hour. If now is not the time, I don't know when it ever will be the time.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.